You are soon going to see the emergence of a new sell-side business model. The way the sell-side has always made their money is going to change because the marketplace has changed, the buy-side has changed, and the needs of the buy-side as client have changed. The sell-side, for the most part, is still offering the same traditional suite of package of products and services that they've always offered. And the buy-side is simply not paying for it to the degree they used to. You'll hear the complaints come across as, oh, the sell side feels they're griping that the buy side is not paying them appropriately. But pay is always determined based off of value delivered, and the customer determines value. So when you see the decline in the commission compression over the past few years, that is a testament to what the sell side is offering in terms of value to the buy side. It's declining because the buy side is looking for something different. The buy side wants a customized product suite that is based on data. Meaning, a suite of products that takes data, both the buy side's data and the sell side's data, and packages it into a customized usable form that informs the buy side's decision making going forward to help them capture additional alpha. As you know, it's gotten very difficult to deliver the returns. In a world of passive investing, the buy side is looking for every efficiency they can squeeze, and the data is the current forefront of that. So, what does a data product suite from the sell side look like, potentially? Imagine, if you will, the ability to backtest routing logic. Imagine, if you will, the ability to pre-bucket a basket, an outbound basket based on liquidity profiles. Imagine if you could do venue analysis, but not on venues, on alternative data sources. Imagine a machine learning algo wheel. Things where the algo wheel itself will readjust intra-trade in the same moment as it senses what's going on at the different venues. So these types of things are what ifs. To put it a little closer to home so you don't think I'm out there in left field, the bottom line is look at the healthcare industry right now. In healthcare, you can scrape a little bit of saliva, mail it away, and they will tell you an entire list of potential genetic predispositions that you need to be concerned about. Your great-great-great-grandparents came from such and such part of the world, and that place is susceptible to disease X. So you need to change your diet if you want to make sure that you minimize your chances. That's potentially an interesting thing to know about yourself. What about the mortgage calculator? A standard old mortgage calculator. You put in your data, your income, your terms, what's the price, et cetera, and it spits back to you, this is what you would potentially pay, all things being equal. It allows you to inform your other decisions that you need to make around that. And so the sell side is not delivering such products to the buy side, and the buy side wants them. The buy side is looking for customized data. The reason the sell side doesn't want it, because it's so difficult to deliver a customized solution right down to every single little buy side shop. And I get that. I work in the industry. I understand how that works. That doesn't change the fact that that's what the buy side wants. The customers don't want to be bucketed into there's a reason that the supermarket model doesn't work anymore on the sell side. They don't want a panoply of services and they want this is broker X is great at this. This is broker Y is great at that. These are their vendors. These are the people they rely upon for the analysis. They want their product suite to be tight, and they need it to be the best of the best. There's no one shop that offers all that right now, which is why it's splintering. And so, the new pricing model that will emerge is going to be a data suite of products, similar to an algo suite, if you will, but it's not going to be a one particular all within the same confines. It's going to be a variety of choices, things that I just mentioned. And the sell side is going to want to charge per diem, per a la carte, as they do. That's what they're going to want to do, because that's how the sell side thinks. But that's not what the buy side is going to end up doing. The buy side will not just simply pay and see how it works out anymore. Instead, the sell side will eventually be forced to give away the products for free. For free. They build this thing that the buy side can plug their data into. It spits out some output. The buy side finds this very useful because guess what? It works. They come to rely upon it. And at that point, then the buy side says, yes, we'll pay for this. And so the sell side then can charge. But they're not going to charge for a product that they've already given away, right? They're going to be charging for the continual upkeep and maintenance of the service itself. Almost like the cable company. Think about this. If you're getting great data out of your sell side shop by plugging in your buy side info, and the markets change, or your routes have to be adjusted, or there's new industry players that come in, like a new exchange, market structure, etc. Things will evolve in the general marketplace. And so the buy side needs to evolve that. And the sell side is going to charge a monthly service, most likely, that's going to say, we got that. We'll take care of that for you. So the buy side then pays for the upkeep and maintenance and the service of this feature, we'll call it. And not all of them, meaning that some of the buy side will want X and some of the buy side will want Y, and the sell side is going to have to figure that out. So the monthly charges is how the sell side is going to make their money. Now, that means that the most important thing when dealing with data is what? What's the most important part of dealing with someone's data? It's the confidentiality and the trust required. When a firm like a buy-side shop, especially a large one, delivers their in-house data to any other vendor, provider, broker, whomever, the number one concern on their mind is how is this data being treated? We all are familiar with the Facebook violations, the Amazon data breaches, Cambridge Analytica. We all get the concept of it. It's no different on the buy side. So your data as a buy-side shop is sacrosanct. And that means you're not just going to hand it over and pump it into any other product that's available on the internet. It's going to require trust. It's going to require relationships, actual relationships, people to people, not, hey, this is a great little widget, let's throw it in there. And so the generalized technology that sells itself, like an iPhone or an online shopping platform or your musical streaming service, you build this thing and people can just download it, great. That's not how data is going to work on Wall Street. That's going to be a lot closer to personal or business loans, applying for a mortgage itself. When you go get life insurance, you need to confer with somebody. You need to deal with a professional, someone you trust, someone who understands your family situation, somebody who you don't mind telling your income to because you know they're looking out for your best interest in structuring something for yourself. That is exactly the model of how the buy side is going to look for a sell side partnership. Their data is sacrosanct, and they need to know that the sell side understands that. So, handling that, it's all about relationships and trust. So, who will be best suited to deliver these types of services and products and relationships to the buy side? The answer is going to be, as things get more and more data dependent and become more and more relationship based, people skills are going to come to the forefront. People skills, firms with the people who have that ability are going to become the most important. Now that could come from any corner of Wall Street. It's not necessarily going to be the brand of the firm anymore. And all due respect to all the bulge brackets, I've worked for many of them. Excellent firms, excellent people within these firms. Doesn't matter to the buy side. They need to know you, the person touching their data, the person looking at what they're doing underneath the covers. That's the concern. And so, yes, I understand that there's a macro element of firm-to-firm relationships, and that won't go away because larger firms will need a breadth of services and products. But the relationship front end, where the rubber meets the road, that's going to matter more than ever in a data-driven world. And that's coming. And so, what do you need going forward on Wall Street? If you're on the buy side, it is paramount that you understand data and technology and how you can leverage the information provision of data. Meaning, how can you use your current in-house data, leverage it through some type of a system, we'll call it a wheel or we'll call it an analytics, we'll call it whatever you like, but a product that helps you inform yourself for better decision making going forward. How can you build upon what you have? So the buy side, it is about understanding the technology and figuring out a way to properly leverage your data for better returns. Number two, the sell side. The sell side, plain and simple, is going to go to the people who are best capable of explaining complicated technology in very simple terms. The buy side are not technologists. Some of them are, I understand that. These are one on individual basis type things. But in general, the job of the buy side is to generate returns for their investor clients. It is not to master all these technologies that they need to do the first job. And so, the sell side firms who can make complicated technology simple, who can make them understand the buy side, how they can leverage the technology, how it will best serve them, come up with creative thoughts and processes and possibilities for the buy side to consider, even if it's not implemented or deployed, that creates a partnership. That is going to be where the sell side will thrive. The people who can build those relationships will become the most important people in the business. And that is not just for finance, by the way. In a technology world, in the larger stage, it is going to become a people game. And yes, there will be fewer people, absolutely. But the people that there will be are going to be the relationship drivers. There's going to be the technologists and the people who build everything and all these magic boxes, and there's going to be the front end of all that. because people will not just simply plug their data into something they don't know much about. And so, in every field, change is coming. But in every field, change represents opportunity. Opportunity hides in change. So for all these people who are afraid of change and don't like the way things used to be this and it's gotten into that, and I remember the good old days, that's not the way to be thinking about it. Opportunity is coming. Change represents your best chances to get ahead in anything, in Wall Street, in industry, in education, in technology, in healthcare. It doesn't make a difference. Change is your friend. Understand that, recognize it, and leverage it to your benefit. Now, the last thing I'll say, the people who can capitalize on this will win, but so will the firms. People and firms are separate. Sometimes they will ally and they will help build something nice, and sometimes they won't. But the point is, who leverages these things best, who leverages change best wins. Who will capitalize? The only question remaining right now, specifically on Wall Street, but also in the larger industries, who will win as a firm and as a person? Make that you. Give yourself the best opportunity. Understand what you need to understand and get in motion, and don't be afraid. Give that some thought.